Hey guys, Ricardo here and welcome to another blog tech tips. Today I'm going to show you to fix the issue on your TCl TV. As you can see, this is a TCl TV that says HDMI. It might say 1, 2 or 3. It says no signal and it says is it on? Please make sure that your device is on. Now of course it's a common issue. It could happen with your video games. It can happen with your cable top box, DVD player, any video game console, or anything such as a laptop that's connected to your TV. Now normally when you see this indicator, it means that the device is off. Let me show you an example in this case why I'm getting this. Alright, so we have a switch 2, and of course the switch 2 tends to check to see if there is a signal, and if it doesn't detect the switch 2 in time, the LED will go out, and of course you'll get the error that no signal. Alright, so what you want to do in most cases is go ahead and make sure that the device is on. In case of the switch 2, we'd go ahead and turn on the device. Alright, so that's the first step. If you turn the device on, go back to the TV and make sure that the error goes away. If it doesn't go away, you might be on the wrong input, meaning you might be on HDMI 2. Try switching to HDMI 1 or HDMI 3 because the device might be on the wrong HDMI, and in that case the error will not go away. Second thing to test if the device is on, and I'm just running through the troubleshooting method. Make sure that the HDMI cable, as seen here, is properly connected at this end to the gaming console. Second, make sure the HDMI is connected at the back or the rear to the TV itself. Make sure it's snug. In cases where it's not fully in, it will not detect, so shove it all the way in. If the cable is in on both ends, next thing you want to try is to replace the cable. If it's a bad cable, it will not work and you'll continually get that error. Alright, so in this case, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try powering up the device. It seemed to have powered down. Alright, you hear that sound? And there you go. So in this case, it was not powered. Alright. The next thing I would try after this is to, if the device, and I'm just running through the troubleshooting here, if the device did not come on after being powered on, make sure the LED on the device is on, such as for example here, make sure it's on and it stays on. Check your HDMI ports, so go over into your quick settings. When you're here, you're going to go to inputs, and you're going to check your input ports. Notice I have 3. So if it's not on, if the game is not on HDMI or the device is not on HDMI 2, check for it on HDMI 1, HDMI 2 or HDMI 3. Good rule of thumb is if you see the HDMIs, the ones that are highlighted mean that something is actually detected. So in this case, I know 2 is the active port because it's highlighted. But do not roll out these, so make sure you check 1. So you see it says no signal on 1. We can go again. And from here we can check HDMI 2, then HDMI 3. Another rule of thumb is if the video game is off for a long while, or some devices are off for a while, notice 2 is no longer highlighted. That usually means that this device has gone to sleep. So make sure that the device is powered up and the HDMI port that's highlighted, that's the one that you select. Let me show you again. Notice the LED is off. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna power this up once more. We'll look out for the LED. There it is. And I'm gonna go to the settings on the TV. I'm gonna go to inputs. There's also an input button on the remote. And as you can see, it shows HDMI 2. It's highlighted. That indicates that something is on HDMI 2 selected. And there you go. Alright, so make sure that you're thorough. Check your cable for proper fixment at the back and at the device. 2, make sure the device is powered up. 3, make sure you're on the right port. And most of all, guys, if you're having errors still, try switching ports. So if you're on port 1, try using port 2. Sometimes a bad port can prevent you from working. If you try all of these, then your device should work. Especially if it works, you know that the console works or the device you have attached. Alright, so I'm going to end the tutorial here. Hope this was useful. See you in the next one. Bye.